Septic and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now it's time to break it all down. Here are your hosts, Ryan the Hacker Green and Dylan Denmark.
And a very good Friday evening to you, Jacksonville. For the final time in 2025, it is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning with Dylan Denmark. The Hacker Ryan Green with you. Round 2 of the state playoffs. And much like round 1, it was a good night for the local teams. Most games have gone final. I guess, Denmark, that's what happens when Bishop Kenny Godby go over 3 hours there on the banks of the St. Johns River.
When it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, here's what we have. Rains, a big winner, 54-0 over West Florida. You just heard Bishop Kenny. They advance over Godby. It will be Bishop Kenny and Rains next week in the regional final right here on 92.5 FM. Mandarin, a 42-35 win over Pace. Mandarin will now head to Gainesville-Buchholz as Buchholz defeats the Nice Panthers tonight in a good one down there in Gainesville. Ponte Vedra all over Beachside. Beachside got Ponte Vedra in the regular season, not in the postseason. Ponte Vedra, 38-3 winners tonight. Also a big winner is St. Augustine, 44-12 over Ed White. And you had Bowles, 51-27 over Florida High. More scores coming in a moment. Denmark, as you look at these first couple of games we're going over, what really sticks out to you right now?
The two that raised an eyebrow for me was Nice and Buchholz. Nice scores a touchdown with about 2 minutes left to tie it at 17. Buchholz gets the ball inside the 5 with about less than 30 seconds. They score a touchdown. Then Buchholz gets a pick 6 on the final play. That was a rematch from earlier in the year. I think they played way back in week 4, and Buchholz won that game 27-7. And then the other one that definitely raises an eyebrow is Ponte Vedra beating Beachside the way they did, 38-3. Beachside beat Ponte Vedra earlier this season for the district title. Ponte Vedra takes it out on them today, 38-3.
Yeah, Ponte Vedra, remember, they won last week in overtime on a blocked extra point, 31-30 over Niceville. They play Beachside tonight, have absolutely no issues. You know, we talk in St. Johns County so much about St. Augustine and Nice and even Beachside. Ponte Vedra might have been under the radar a little bit. All of a sudden, they find themselves in a regional final.
Yeah, and they were the 1 seed for a reason. I mean, I know they didn't win their district, and that region had a lot of chaos up and from the 1 seed all the way to the 8 seed, as you could tell from last week. And Niceville was the 8 seed. They drive whatever it is, 6-7 hours down the road and take Ponte Vedra to overtime. So that's a good win. And anytime you are in the second round of the playoffs and you win, you're practicing on Thanksgiving week. That is a special season for anybody.
We talk to Victoria's head coaches here under the Friday Night Lights. It's what we've done all season long. Let's head out to the graveyard. Rains, a dominating win tonight, 54-0 over West Florida. They will be in a regional final next week. Donovan Maslin of Rains joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Good hearing from you guys.
Hey, Coach, 54-0 in a regional semifinal. What a victory. You must be awfully proud of your kids.
Yeah, I'm excited. My adrenaline is still going. We challenged our kids this week to start fast, start early, and to be efficient in all phases of the game. And they came out, the first 2 series, the defense got a 3-and-out, and then first play of the offensive series, we have a big run by Tadarius Washington that set it off, and they just kept going, all night long.
Yeah, I was going to ask you last week, you played Baker County in the first round, and you led 15-0. It seemed like that was a little different tonight in the first half for you guys, because I think you were up, 33-0 at half?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. It was just practicing all weekend and setting our game plan, and the kids buying into it and just executing. It came out, laser focused on the task at hand. We knew, this team was a physical team that liked to run the football offensively, and we knew what we had to do. And the O-line they were ready for this game. They wanted to really prove that, that they're one of the best O-lines in the state. And they came out tonight, and I think I don't know. I have to check the stats, tomorrow. But I think we had 2 guys over 100 yards rushing, and that's unheard of. And I'm excited for what the kids done tonight, and it was fun.
Donovan Maslin of Rains, big winners tonight over West Florida. Rains will be at home next week in the regional final. And what a fun game that should be, Coach. We just heard Bishop Kenny on our airwaves get it done over Tallahassee Godby. I think most people, when they saw this region, figured it would be Bishop Kenny and you guys in the regional final for the right to go to the state Final Four, a rematch of last year in the playoffs. What's your early thought on Bishop Kenny next week?
I don't have any thoughts on them. We're just focused on Reigns right now, and we're gonna enjoy the win, and we'll get our game plan together, throughout the week. I know those guys, ultimately gonna be, pumped for the game, for the rematch, and trying to punch that ticket to the state semi. So we're focused on the same thing. So it'll be a great matchup for the city. A great matchup for two teams, two programs to come in and battle inside the rectangle.
And, Coach, final thought, and along those lines, you mentioned great matchup for the city. That's exactly right. Local versus local, regional finals. Somebody's going to the state Final Four. It'll be in the Graveyard next Friday. That should be one heck of an environment.
Definitely. It should be a great environment. It should be a packed house, on both sides. And we're excited, to host a regional final game, just one step closer to our mission, our goal, and what we're trying to do this year. And, our kids are laser focused and locked in on the task at hand and understanding, the severity of what's at stake. So it's going to be a great week of practice, a fun week of practice, an intense week of practice for our preparation. And, we'll make sure we go back and look at the film from last year, see the mistakes we had, and then just come out and execute on all cylinders.
Donovan Maslin of Rains, winners tonight over West Florida. You will hear Rains and Bishop Kenny next Friday night in the regional final right here on 92.5 FM. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your coverage of high school football all year. It's great talking to you guys every week, and we wish you the best, and, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Coach. Donovan Maslin of Rains, Toby Bullock of Mandarin, 60 seconds away. Denmark, quick early thought on Bishop Kenny Rains next week.
It'd probably be a good game, but I think Rains is probably a little stronger than Bishop Kenny. I mean, Rains has not played a close game except for the Madison County game. That was a long time ago. They have it all. They got the lines of scrimmage, they got the athletes, and there's not really a weakness on that Rains football team. But I think Bishop Kenny will give them a test. Something that Rains hasn't seen in a very long time.
Let's head out to Greenland Road. Mandarin, a big winner tonight. They will be heading to Gainesville next week for a regional final. Toby Bullock of Mandarin joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Coach, what a ball game against a very good pace football team. You guys get it done, and you get it done with ball control in the fourth quarter. We were watching it. You guys running out the clock. Man, you must have been very, very proud of the big men up front getting that done.
We think the world of our offensive line. Our two line coaches, Christian and Maddie, do just an absolute phenomenal job with those guys. They take a lot of pride in what they do. And, yeah, we were able to run out the last 7 minutes and 21 seconds of a game. They kicked off to us, and we got stopped on the 11 and just went to work, and it was a wonderful thing to see.
Yeah, it wasn't just the end of the game. It was also, correct me if I'm wrong, the end of the first half, too. You were up 21-7, and then it goes back tied to 21, and then you get the ball with 7 minutes left. Bryson has a touchdown, gets called back. You have another big play, gets called back, but you finally end up scoring. Your offense seemed like they had it going tonight.
They did. I told Knox on Monday when we got to practice that it was his game to do, and he was allowed to check and get us in some plays, and that's some stuff that we haven't done most of the year, kind of handcuffed him, and he's so locked in right now and doing what he's supposed to. I felt like I was holding him back a little bit, so I gave him that permission, and, buddy, he came alive tonight.
Coach, we talked earlier before the playoffs started. I think we actually talked with you about this, about that region as a whole, about how tough the competition was going to be in that region. What you guys have gone through in the first two games, Buchholz had a couple of really tough challenges, including Nice tonight. Buchholz won that game late in the fourth quarter. And here we are, 1 versus 2 in the regional final next week. You guys in Gainesville, Buchholz, it's been the game that everybody that follows high school football has wanted, and we're going to be able to see it next Friday evening.
Yeah, man, you can't say enough about their program and what they've done. They've been in the third round or the fourth round, I think, the last 4 or 5 years. So they're experienced at it. They know what they're doing. They'll be prepared. They get it at home. You know, we weren't able to jump them in the RTI, but yeah, I mean, we're excited. We are absolutely pumped up to play them. We thought that's who we'd be playing. We did think that Nice had the team to beat them, though. So, you know, in our look forward a couple days this week, every day after we get done, we spend 20 minutes kind of looking forward at the other teams just so we get a jump start. And we looked at both of them because we really didn't know which one would pull it out. We thought it would be Buchholz, but we just knew that Nice was playing with a lot of confidence. So we're pumped to play them and excited to play them.
This is why you play Bradford County, right? This is why you play St. Augustine. This is why you play all those tough games to get you ready for a matchup like next Friday.
I think we played 4 or 5 of the top 10 teams in the area, according to the news and rivals and different things. So, yeah, no, I mean, we want to be able to have the ability to play big teams, big games, and have big moments. And this year we've been able to come out on top most of the time. And so hopefully we'll come out on top again next week.
Toby Bullock of Mandarin there heading back to another regional final. They will be at Gainesville Buchholz with the winner going to the state Final Four. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thanks so much, guys. Real quick, I got to apologize to Marty Lee. He knows why, and I didn't put up the points I said that he wanted, and so. But I appreciate everything you guys do.
Coach, appreciate you, buddy. Toby Bullock of Mandarin. Mandarin Gainesville Buchholz. I asked you about that game next week, and you said, yeah, that's a game I want to go to.
Yeah, I would, but I don't think I'm going to go to Gainesville to go 90 minutes down the road. I'm going to Gainesville tomorrow. I might go next Saturday, but for Friday night, hopefully I can catch a stream somewhere. And there's going to be enough games in the area to watch some good football. But that is the one game that you don't have a clue who's probably going to win that game. It's a toss-up, and it's one of those games where you tell me who has the ball last, probably I can tell you who's going to win the game.
Rains 54-0 over West Florida. We just talked to Mandarin. They were winners tonight over Pace. Ponte Vedra, big winners tonight over Beachside. Unfortunately, West Nassau did fall in what was the equivalent of their state championship game in the Sunshine Athletic Association. They fall to American Heritage. Still, what a year for West Nassau and head coach Gunnar Cox.
Yeah, 9-1, and they beat a couple rivals for Indiana before they got there. And there was a wild game from I saw the Sunshine, the official Twitter account. There was at one point in the middle of the fourth quarter, there was 3 touchdowns in a span of 32 seconds.
Yeah.
And it looked like West Nassau was down early. They came back and fought, and ultimately they came up short in the fourth quarter.
Bishop Kenny, a winner over Tallahassee Godby. It was Bowles over Florida High. Bradford is officially in the winners column, 24-14 over Berkeley Prep. Nice falls tonight to Buchholz, 29-17. St. Augustine, 44-12 over Ed White. And it certainly appears both Trinity Christian and University Christian are going to win, which is going to set up a regional final between Trinity and University next Friday night. More victorious head coaches to come. We're glad you're with us. Final edition of the year. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
How does number 9 feel about number 16?
All right, here we go.
Find out when David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony. Mondays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing. can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman and lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop specials. Order a 15-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off at 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Wish you had your own pit crew? Now you do. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Pull in, stay in your car, and watch the team go to work. A full-service oil change in 15 minutes. No appointment necessary. With multiple convenient Jacksonville locations and a 4.7-star national rating, Valvoline is also ranked the #1 quick lube in customer service by Forbes. Get fast, trusted service every time. Valvoline Instant Oil Changes of Jacksonville. Your pit crew for everyday driving.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credits plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Waiting around for Black Friday? At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, we've already dropped Black Friday prices. That's right, thousands of vehicles priced to move now. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, plus peace of mind with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait for the crowds. Get your Black Friday deal today. Start saving early with Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, where Black Friday starts right now. That'll wow ya.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Dreams Come True is a local wish-granting organization giving dreams and special times to local children battling life-threatening illnesses. Find out how you can help at dreamscometrue.org.
The Wounded Warrior Project provides what medicine and technology can't: community, counseling, and a second chance. Find ways to help at woundedwarriorproject.org.
If you're between ages 16 and 24, you can learn a career in construction, electrical, plumbing, or masonry with free training from the AMI Kids Florida Registered Free Apprenticeship Program. Call 576-7337.
There's a critical need for all blood types. Please consider donating at a local blood donation center.
If you could benefit from a grief and loss support group, call Haven Hospice at 279-1677.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com. 1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
I know football.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coaches Corner on 1010XL.
Big night down in St. Johns County, and Ponte Vedra was a big winner tonight, 38-3 over Beachside. Steve Price of Ponte Vedra joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Hacker. It was a great night.
I'll tell you this, that's a game, obviously, that I would imagine you guys had circled from what happened in the regular season. And good grief, Coach, you guys got some sweet revenge tonight.
Yeah, it was a very intense week of practice. Our guys, there's just not many times in this sport where you get a rematch. You know what I'm saying? And I think our guys were very, very excited about the opportunity.
Who were a couple of guys that played well for you tonight?
Well, offensively, Cole Rosendahl had a great game again, and David Doherty played really well. And Jack Berquist. And our offensive line, I thought, dominated tonight. I thought they did a really, really good job. We played really well on special teams. We blocked Carter Otteson blocked the punt. And, we just had a lot of guys contributing. It certainly was a complete team win. I think, Reese Beck is a dominant player for us. And J.P. Dolan had another great game. We've got a lot of guys that play at a very high level, and we just our focus is just keep it rolling. We feel like we got a shot, so we're just going to keep plugging away.
Well, look, in the postseason, it's all about finding ways to win. Blowout game tonight. Last week, of course, you won on a blocked extra point in overtime. Coach, that obviously tells guys like me that you can win regardless of the type of game that it is.
We think so. Our kids are very confident. We've won several games in a row now, and we feel like we can play with anybody, and we're looking forward to the next challenge next Friday night.
Steve Price of Ponte Vedra, let's talk about next Friday night. I guess the score I have was Mainland is up in the fourth. Is that your understanding?
Yeah, I believe Mainland's up in the fourth. I don't think it's over yet. And, both of those teams, obviously, at this point of the year, both of those teams are really, really good. We're fortunate that we'll be hosting, no matter who wins that one, we'll be hosting it. But, it's a great place to play. The Shark Tank is a great place to play, and we're glad we got home field advantage next Friday.
Coach, final question. There's so many good programs in St. Johns County, and we have you on basically every week after you win, so I'm not saying that you guys have been slighted, but there is kind of an under-the-radar feel for Ponte Vedra. I think a lot of people might have even been surprised when you were the number one seed in that region, and now you're in a regional final. You're at home against whomever wins tonight, probably Mainland. They're up in the fourth. Do you like the under-the-radar moniker that you guys have right now?
I think we do. I think our, it suits us a little bit, and I think our kids, I don't know. I don't even know if they pay attention to it, to be honest with you. But I do think that, our kids are very confident in their ability and their teammates and what we're able to do on the field. So I don't know that it matters what other people think of us. But I know this. Our community is proud of our kids. Our school is proud of our kids, and it's a great place. It's a great place to play football for sure.
Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. They will be at home next week in the regional final, one win away from the state Final Four. Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thanks, Hacker. I appreciate it.
What about Ponte Vedra, Denmark?
Pretty good. I haven't seen, of all the coaching that I see a lot of film. I only saw the game when they played Baker a long time ago. They got a lot of athletes on the outside. They got good quarterback play and a good offense, like Coach was talking about. You scored 38 points in a game where you lost. I think that when they played them earlier in the year, it was 34-20. And to score 38 points and to have a blocked punt and win 38-3 is pretty good in the second round, and then you're hosting a regional final, you're a pretty good team.
You know, Daytona Beach Mainland is leading late in the fourth quarter. If that holds, it will be Mainland and Ponte Vedra in St. Johns County next Friday night. Speaking of St. Johns County, let's go back to the SJC. Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, big winners tonight over Ed White. Coach joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Coach, local versus local, Ed White, St. Augustine. We were all looking forward to it. And man alive, you guys came out and put forth a great effort tonight in that victory.
Yeah, it was an awesome night. It's so rewarding for the kids to for me as their coach. Like, I just love getting to see them be so thrilled with how they played, and they worked so hard, and to come out and play at the level they did tonight was just really gratifying.
Yeah, the offense probably doesn't surprise many people with how many points you score, but defensively, Ed White scores a lot of points, even in their losses. They score in the 40s, and at the half, I think you guys had them shut out. Defensively, what did you guys see what you liked in practice from film this week?
They're a tempo team. They go for it on fourth down a lot, and they're very physical. They run the ball really well, and they got playmakers. And so we knew we were going to have to get lined up first and foremost. And we weren't trying to do anything extra special or anything way out of the ordinary or unusual. It was just about doing basic things at a really, really high level, and not giving up any cheap ones. Nothing easy. And our young defense, for them to come out and play the way they did, it was just phenomenal. And especially in the context of, I don't think they'd scored less than 41 in the game. The most points in regular season history in the state. So for our kids to play like that was exceptional.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine, big winners tonight over Ed White. Coach, we're still waiting for some finality in the Panhandle, although I don't know if you've heard any different. I got Columbia up 2 touchdowns right now over Choctaw. I guess that would be somewhat of a surprise, and you've obviously already played Lake City, Columbia one time this year.
Yeah, it's 20-13 right now.
Okay.
And I think Choctaw blocked a punt a minute ago in the end zone for a touchdown. So looks like it's a one-score game right now. I think early in the fourth, and so coming down to the wire. But yeah, those are both very physical teams, very proud programs. Both are high-quality teams. So whoever pulls it out, we'll have our hands full here next week.
And you're going to be home next Friday, regardless of who wins. I'm sure you just heard the final thoughts of Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. What a night in St. Johns County next Friday. You guys will be at home in a regional final. Ponte Vedra will be at home in a regional final. What a great night for the county next week.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Congratulations to Coach Price and the Sharks. Very exciting for them. Great guy and does a great job there. And it'll be pretty cool having 2 regional finals in county, and hopefully we can both get it done. Be a fun night.
Well, Coach, congratulations against St. Aug, 44-12 over Ed White. They will be at home next Friday, either Lake City, Columbia, or Choctaw in the regional final. Thank you, Coach.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a great weekend.
Denmark, does it matter, Choctaw or Columbia? I mean, St. Augustine's the big favorite going in next week, correct?
I think it does. I don't know too much about Choctaw, but I think Choctaw is probably a little better than Columbia.
Yeah, Columbia, this would be an upset if Columbia beats them tonight.
Yeah, and if you're St. Augustine, I think you want Columbia to win. You're already familiar with them. You already got, I'm sure, plenty of film on them. I forget when they played in the season. Like middle of the season.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe.
So you probably have a lot of film on them already. You probably got every game they have. Makes it a lot easier if you're playing Columbia as opposed to Choctaw.
That is Dylan Denmark. I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. More victorious head coaches to come. We hope to catch up with Verwin Dormany of Trinity Christian. He was a big winner tonight. Jamie Rogers out in Bradford County. He was a big winner tonight. Matt Toblin at Bowles. Hopefully Tim Kraus of Bishop Kenny as well. More to do. Glad you're with us. A very successful night here in Northeast Florida. Many of our programs moving on to regional final action next week. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
We give you Pre-Game Friday. Get the news, notes, and inside stuff you need to get ready for game day.
You like that?
Built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosper here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 16617881. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Hey, Hickett here for Zero Res. It's Thanksgiving time, man. But listen, don't deal with the toughest gravy, cranberry sauce, or pumpkin pie disasters. Let the cleaning freaks do it. Get back to clean. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $149. A 4th room free with a canned food donation. Ideally, a full bag of cans, not just 1 or 2. Also, take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friend Zero Res right now, 28757, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 special. Zero Res, spell it backwards and forwards. It spells the same. Hickett here. You know me. I'm a protect the skin kind of guy. That said, it's getting a little cooler and the long sleeves are making their way out. This is absolutely the best time of year to go see my guys, the docs at Beaches Dermatology. Don't wait any longer. It's time. Protect that skin, folks. You know what else it's almost time for? The holidays, coming sooner than we think. Skincare products make great presents for the wife or girlfriend. Knock out a consult and buy your wife a present. Boom! Give them a call today. Online at beachesdermatology.com.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass, and he told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic. Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. The Friday Night Lights shine bright. Friday Night Lights. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. And brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
With Dylan Denmark, the hacker Ryan Green with you under the Friday Night Lights. By my count, we have 9 area teams moving on to regional final action next week. That is really impressive for Northeast Florida. One of those 9 are the Bulls Bulldogs. They were big winners tonight over Florida High. They advanced to another regional final. Matt Toblin of Bulls joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Coach, another dominating effort. Although, to Florida High's credit, they battled you in the second half, but certainly you were way out in front. You coast to victory and another regional final next week. You must be very pleased.
Incredibly excited with our guys. And, Florida High is a good football team that's played a really, really, really hard schedule, and they had no quit in them, and they continued to play. But, really, really glad. And not just, for the win, but, everybody knows. And I'm sure everyone's talking about it, this week means so much because it's Thanksgiving practice, it's bringing the alumni back, it's all those things that happen when you're playing this week, and it's special.
Coach, I'm on the Baldwin staff, and we played Florida High last week, and that Florida High team, a lot of people see the 4-6 record, and I'm like, you got to look at the schedule because I think almost every team they played pretty much made the playoffs, and some of those teams they played are still playing in the playoffs. They weren't a big play team on offense when we played them last week, but they knew how to beat you, and they're very well coached, and they have a lot of players, and they got a lot of depth everywhere. How are you guys able to keep them to about 27 points tonight?
Well, and you're right, and I think part of it is we got some turnovers, but they're so efficient, and they're really smart about what they do, and they're dinking and dunking and taking things, and the quarterback scrambles, and so they did a bunch of stuff. I think a big part of it we were fortunate enough. I think Santana Starks had 2 interceptions, and then we put them in some situations where they're behind the sticks and have to push the ball down the field, and that's not really what they want to do. And so it really comes down to manufacturing sort of negative play. But really happy with the defense played. And to be honest with you, the last touchdowns was zeros on the clock. And so I was really, really excited about the way that we played defensively, because you're right, they are a really efficient, well-coached group that runs the ball well, that the quarterback is smart with the ball, and those are the kind of teams you want to play this way in the playoffs.
Matt Toblin of Bulls, winners tonight. They're going to be in a regional final next week. You'll hear it right here on 1010XL. Coach, it appears Pensacola Catholic, last score I had, they were up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. If that's the case, it'll be the number 1, number 2 seeds in the region. Obviously, they're going to have to make that 5 or 6 hour trip down I-10, which will be very beneficial for you guys. But that certainly will be a good football team coming over here next Friday.
A really good football team, a super physical defense. They've done a really good job. They're 10-1. The one loss super early in the year to a really good pace team. And so they are, they're at advertised, and that's what's going to happen. You're playing this late, everybody's good. And that's the way you want it. And so it'll be an awesome atmosphere here next Friday, and a game where we're going to have to go out and play really well and execute and play tough and physical, and again, as it should be Thanksgiving weekend.
I can't believe we haven't brought it up yet. You're running back, typical Xander night. What, about 4 or 5 touchdowns?
Yeah, I don't know the final numbers, but it was one where there were times where they would load the box, and Camden CT and Naeem Burrows both had really big games, and the quarterback did throw in it. And then obviously there's times where when you play that close line of scrimmage, if Xander hits the second level, he's going to run away from a lot of people. And so I think he did end up with 4 touchdowns. I think Camden CT had some. I think Naeem had a couple. It was one where we had to keep scoring in order to keep those separation points, and those guys did really well. But no, those are 3 really, really, really special players.
Bowls, a really special football team in 2025. They win again tonight. They are in the regional final next week in 2A. You will hear it right here on 1010XL. Pensacola Catholic and Bowls for the right to go to the state Final Four. Matt Toblin of the Bowls Bulldogs. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
Pensacola Catholic. Now, home field in high school football can be kind of an interesting thing, but that's a real factor, right? When a Pensacola team has to come over here, two teams as good as Bowls and Pensacola Catholic, Bowls having home field will certainly help them next week.
Yeah, it's not so much that you're playing at your home field. It's more of the other team has to get on a bus ride for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And that just kind of throws you in the loop because now, okay, if you're the coach for Pensacola Catholic, you got to plan, okay, where are we going to meet? Or we're going to eat at Tallahassee. We're going to stop, probably going to get a charter. Luckily, there's no school on Friday with Thanksgiving. So there's a lot of things you have to plan that are out of the ordinary when you got to travel 6-7 hours on a bus.
Another victorious head coach tonight, Verlin Dormany at Trinity Christian. They are winners over Maclay. Trinity going to another regional final next week. Verlin Dormany of Trinity joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks, Hack. Appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, it's a big win over a good Maclay football team. Coach, I'm old enough to remember where you guys were, 0-4, and people thought the sky was falling. And now here we are heading into Thanksgiving week, and you're heading back to another regional final.
Yeah, we didn't start well this year for sure. We had way too many turnovers, and it cost us some good chances, and so I guess some really, really good football teams. Saying you can't make that kind of mistakes and win against people like Raines, Bowles, and even Ed White had such a great year in Columbia. So, but hey, we're glad we got it back on track, going in the right direction, and we were a little sloppy tonight early, but got it nailed down late. And we're just glad to win.
Yeah, you've won your last 7, I believe, and you beat Tallahassee Maclay tonight 56-28. What was working well for you tonight?
I think early on, they took the opening kickoff back on us, and then they kicked onside and got it, and everybody's like going, "What?" And we finally got it. We scored twice, I think, before half, and it was 14-7 at halftime. And then we drove all the way down inside the 5 and turned it over on downs. And then, man, they hit us on a big play right after that and tied it up. So just kind of went back and forth. We threw the ball well, but I think our run game really just kind of wore them down, especially late in the games. It was hard for us to get a stop. Quarterback and the little receiver they had, man, they did a great job.
Coach, I remember some years where the Tallahassee schools would get over on us a lot. That did not happen. Whether it's you guys versus Lincoln or Maclay, Nice versus Lincoln, you saw what Bishop Kenny did to Rickards, and tonight to Godby. Boy, Jacksonville just had the upper hand on the Tallahassee schools this year.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I was keeping a close eye on Lincoln because I knew we played them late in the season, and they were playing some really good football. But I don't know if they got some injuries late. They come over here and we beat them, and then they went back and lost to Godby late, and then they lost in the first round of the playoffs. But they you're right, really good football. I don't know what the score between Florida High and Bowles was tonight, but they're all
Bowles won big.
Yeah, Bowles won big by like 24.
Oh, did they? Okay, yeah, that was figured. So, yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea of I don't know what's going on over there, but they got some.
So it's
great coaches, great.
Sorry, Coach. It's University Christian next week, correct?
Yes, I got to go to University Christian again.
How many times have you played University Christian in the playoffs?
I don't know. Gosh, just the last 4 or 5 years we played because a couple of years we're in the district with them. And then we wound up playing each other in the playoffs. And then this year, they're in another district, but we're in the same region. So wound up playing each other for regional championship. So, it's always a great atmosphere and a great ball game. And, we know all them. They know all of us. And, we play every year. So there's a lot of close ties on their staff and with us. So it'll be a lot of fun. There's no love lost, I can tell you that. But we'll have a good time and get ready to go play on Thanksgiving. Always fun to be practicing on Thanksgiving morning.
Coach, final question. I rewind the clock back to media day. What was that, August 1st, where I was talking to you and I was talking to David Penland, and you kind of knew, right? You know, they were going to see you in the regional final. You were going to see them in the regional final. This is kind of 3.5 months in the making. Boy, that's going to be an awful lot of fun next Friday to see who goes to the state Final Four.
Yeah, it will. It is a lot of fun. You know, just the kids to be in that atmosphere. I mean, if you look around the city, there's probably not a lot of teams left playing. You know, us, Bowles, I'm sure Raines is still playing. I think Maynard's probably still playing. You know, but just for the city, when you've only got 4 games, 5 games to go to, you know, the crowds get big, get loud, and you know, it's just a lot of fun for kids to play in that atmosphere. And I tell our kids all the time, that's why you come to Trinity. You get to play in these big ball games against really good football teams, and you know, we're deep in the season.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Trinity Christian, a big winner over Maclay. Regional final next week, Trinity and University Christian. Verlin Dormady of Trinity Christian. Coach, thank you very much.
Hey, Hack, thanks for having me, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you, buddy. Trinity University, Denmark, what's your early thought there?
I don't know too much about University Christian. I haven't seen them play, but I know Trinity likes to run the football. They got a freshman running back that's pretty good. I think he had like 750 yards before tonight's game, so he probably well over 850 if they were running the ball like they were wanted to do. I mean, he scored 56 points, and you run the ball well, you'd expect him to get probably 100, 150 yards. Probably it's going to be another good game. It's those two teams. I mean, I would assume that Coach Jordan probably sees David Penland more than some members of his family. It seems like they play each other 2 times a year. But it'll probably be another good game, the regional final, Thanksgiving weekend. Seems like it is almost every year between the two teams.
We've had 6 of the 9 winners tonight. We're still trying to trace down Jamie Rogers of Bradford County, David Penland of University Christian, and Tim Kraus of Bishop Kenny. 9 teams in our area have advanced to regional final action next week. We're glad you're with us. Couple of more segments to go. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning, right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
He's got his trigger finger on the pulse of Jacksonville football.
Does he have a name?
He calls himself Mike Duraco.
And we get his insight every Thursday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Brightened by Lee at Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
It's your boy Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 75-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX15. And that's $15 off. Carry out or delivery, it's your call. Use online promo JAX15 or $15 off a 75-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
He has ways of getting information from the competition.
That's the trouble with the world today. No one takes the time to do a really sinister interrogation anymore.
Hayes Carline takes you behind enemy lines.
It's a lost art.
Activated by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Jacksonville is my hometown, and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Frank Frangie for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COILE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi folks, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is the Friday Night Lights postgame, presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Yes, it is. Glad you're with us under the Friday Night Lights for the final time in 2025, although it will not be the final time for 9 area teams who will be playing in regional final action next week. Jamie Rogers of Bradford County is 2 minutes away. Before we go down to Bradford County, let's head out to Bishop Kenny. Tim Kraus of Bishop Kenny, they are winners tonight over Tallahassee Godby. They advance to the regional final next week. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Coach, another terrific offensive performance. I know your running back went absolutely nuts tonight and a big win over Godby to advance in the postseason. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, I'm so proud of our kids and our staff, everybody in our program. Our offensive line has just been phenomenal this year. They played so extremely well. Our offensive line led by a bunch of seniors, a couple of young kids that are up there as well. Seniors like Robert Meeser has played 4 years of football for us. Just a group that just extremely proud of, took over the game tonight. And then our staff as a whole, I've had a lot of guys that have been with me for a long number of years, and have been with me since we won one football game in 2019. So for them to help us get to 2 back-to-back region championship games is pretty special and pretty humbling.
Yeah, Bishop Kenny, so they beat Godby tonight, 55-37. Coach, we talked to you a couple weeks ago, and, we talked about how your team is. You were in so many running clocks to the second half of the season and not knowing what your team was like, and now that you're 2 playoff games in, you win those 2 games, 43-19, 55-37. Playing Rains next week, how do you feel about your team going in before next Friday night?
Yeah, I know exactly what I've got now. I mean, we've got a tough physical football team that really cares about each other, plays really fast. and just plays extremely hard. And we've got a handful of kids that got to play both ways. We've got kids that are a little bit undersized, but, man, they'll fight you. And just really, really proud of them, really excited that I get to keep working with them.
Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny, they were winners tonight over Tallahassee Godby. Let's talk about next week. Coach, I think most people, when the brackets came out, probably assumed it was going to be you guys and Rains in the graveyard for the regional championship, the regional final, and that's exactly the situation. Your thoughts going in there for the second year in a row?
Yeah, just really excited for our kids and the opportunity, and I think, it's something that we knew where we wanted to get to, and we knew we had goals in front of us. And our kids, again, even with, in some cases, the challenges of the fact that, we had some running clocks and we were a little bit better than some opponents, is a time when kids can get really complacent. I don't think our kids ever got complacent. I think they wanted to get themselves back to this stage, and I'm excited to see how far we can take it and see, what we're made of. I mean, we're a group of kids that, like I said, really hungry, plays really physical, cares a lot about each other. I think they're excited to go into whatever environment we put them in.
And you will hear that game right here, 92.5 FM next week. Rains and Bishop Kenny, the winner advancing to the state Final Four. Tim Krause of BK, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your coverage through the year.
Thank you, Coach. What a year it's been for Bishop Kenny.
Yeah, no doubt. They, I think they've only had 2 losses on the year, one to Bowles and one to Beachside. And Bowles is obviously a lot of people think in the state that they're going to be on a run to win a state title, and Beachside loses tonight. So 2 playoff teams. Other than that, it's been a lot of running clock. And, they beat University Christian way back in week 1, and winning 2 games in the playoffs by double digits is very impressive. And then they get to play a really good Rains team next Friday. That's a lot of people are going to be excited to see.
It's been another great year to this point for Jamie Rogers and Bradford County. They are winners again tonight over a good team out of the Tampa area, and Coach joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Good to be with you.
Coach, 24-14, a hard-fought battle over Berkeley Prep. And talking to you last week, you told us how good this team was that you were facing. Yeah, you guys were up to the task there in the second half.
Yep, very physical team. I could see it on film. They've got pedigree. Just a handful, only 2 or 3 years ago, beat Norland, one of the best, probably most talented Miami Norland teams that I've ever seen. Beat them in the state championship 28-20. I knew what we were up against. I drew up some plays and went back a long time. I mean, 2 back, 3 back with a tight end. You just don't see stuff like that anymore, and they're really good at it. And I knew it was going to be tough because you see doubles and you see trips and 5 wide now, and everybody does that. Nobody gets in the eye with 2 tights and does that anymore. And it took us a little bit to get accustomed to the physicality, but in the end, we were the most physical team, and that's the only reason we won.
I would assume with that kind of football, that kind of is in your favor. I mean, you guys at Bradford, the defense, you guys won a physical game. You won a game that's in the phone booth in between the 2 tackles.
Yeah, we were, we're built a little bit better in the secondary this year. Like we probably are okay with the 4 and 5 wide doubles and trip stuff. We're not quite as big as we have been in the middle, but tonight our kids played extremely hard. They focused all week on what we needed to do, where we needed to line up, where the slants had to go, and we figured it out after that first series that they went down, took 7 minutes off, and scored a touchdown. But our defense scored again. Our special teams was unbelievable. Cy punting the ball pinned them inside the 15 3 or 4 times, and it's hard to go 90 yards no matter who you're going. It's hard to go 90 yards against air sometimes. So him pinning us back, and Coach Staples and those guys with special teams did a great job.
Jamie Rogers of Bradford County, big winners tonight. They're advancing to another regional final, and I think you probably assumed at some point to get to where you want to go, Coach, you were going to see Cocoa. That is next Friday. They got to come to your house. Cocoa won a really close competitive game tonight. So you guys and Cocoa next Friday, a game I'm sure you're going to be ready for.
Yeah, we had a feeling that every game after the first round of games in our region, it's us and Cocoa are kind of the 2 public schools, and then a ton of really good private schools that are physical, that have good football players. So for us and Cocoa to get a chance to go play in the Final Four is something that I think we both schools wanted, and we played them in the Kickoff Classic. So we got to look at them at least one time this year already. So I'm not sure if this is true, Hacker, but maybe somebody told me this before the game today, and I'm not sure. Maybe somebody could look into it. They told me that if Cocoa were to win and go to the Final Four, it'd be 20 years in a row in the Final Four.
Wow.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know it's true for the last 4 or 5 years for sure.
Yeah. So you played Cocoa in the state title. Was that about 2 or 3 years ago?
We played them in the Final Four in 22, and we played them in the finals in 23.
How many of those guys from those teams are still on your team right now?
Maybe 1 or 2. One of them had an interception. A 10th grader had an interception in the state championship game, and his brother was a 9th grader and played some nickel that night. They may be the only 2. And then our center, three guys.
Gotcha. So you, at least you have a lot of familiarity in big time games like this. It's one thing, it's a Kickoff Classic, but it's another thing playing a big time team in a big time moment like a Final Four in a state title game.
Yeah, we'll bring out the old games and watch and make sure they understand the tradition between those two teams over the last couple of years. It's been a lot of fun. I think the Final Four game was 31-21, something like that. We had a chance late in the game there to do some things, and we ended up turning it over. And then the state championship was 20-6. So there's been some good football games.
Jamie Rogers, Bradford County, back in a regional final. They get Cocoa next week. The winner goes to the state Final Four. Coach, congratulations. Best of luck next week.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate what y'all did this year. Thank you.
What an opportunity for Bradford County next week at home against Cocoa in the regional final.
No doubt. And Cocoa is always one of those teams that they like to spread you out. They use their athletes in space. They had a really good receiver last year. His name is escaping my mind. I think he went to Florida State, if I'm not mistaken. But that's always kind of been Bradford's Achilles heel. They've always had the D linemen and linebackers, but they don't have the guys on the outside that can cover the guys in space. And like Coach Rogers was just talking about, they're better on the back end. So, in the off season, when your season ends a year, in last November, you say, okay, how do we improve? You get a couple of kids to your program. And I would assume that was his plan and what he wanted to do because, Bradford's always been physical on both lines of scrimmage, and they want to run the football. But now, okay, how can I improve? And I know I'm going to play these teams that can use these athletes out in space. And it's here. I mean, you're playing Bradford Cocoa, and then you got a regional final. And then you win that game, you might be playing a bowl. So it's, one game after another if you're able to win next Friday.
We've talked to 8 of the 9 winning coaches tonight. We'll chase down David Penland. We'll also give you an AA Automotive Player of the Night. Start previewing action next week as well. 2 more segments to go. Under the Friday Night Lights, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
While you were watching the ball, he saw what happened in the trenches.
I'm Jeff Laudman.
And he tells you about it every Tuesday. Check the tape. 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Checked by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
Beard's Diamonds' last and largest store-wide sale of the year is happening. Hicken here. It's Beard's 44th anniversary sale with up to 44% savings. At Beard's, they're proud to be the only locally owned jeweler in the town center, and they should be. So we're celebrating with incredible savings. Yes, engagement rings are included, and wedding bands, and anniversary bands, and gemstone jewelry, and yellow gold fashion jewelry. All the best gift ideas for the holidays. And of course, Beard's is your home for diamonds at real direct importer prices. Whether you're looking for a natural diamond or a lab-grown diamond, Beard's has every shape, every size. Get to Beard's and let them educate you and give you the trusted guidance you deserve. Don't settle for corporate chain store quality. Beard's guarantees the best diamonds at the best value prices every day. Don't miss this incredible buying opportunity. Best price of the year now during Beard's 44th anniversary sale. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beard's Diamonds.
Why wait until January resolutions to feel stronger and healthier?
Start now. At the YMCA, there's no place like this place. This Cyber Monday, you can join the Y with no joining fee and no payments until January. The Y is more than a gym. It's a place to grow in spirit, mind, and body. We say there's no place like this place and no better value. Visit your local Y this Monday for $0 join fee and no payment until January, or at fcymca.org with promo code CLICK to join.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 21st, the New York Rangers scored an NHL record 8 goals in 1 period.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
Custom Home Builders. Fed up with your electrical and low voltage companies that ghost you mid-project, sparking delays? Unreliable subs and poor electrical work that derails your schedules? Denny Thompson here for Tyson Inc., experts in seamless electrical services for your custom builds. Pre-construction planning, integration, and installation. No hassle. Your homeowners will love the new Tyson showroom. Home builders team up with Tyson for your next home building project. TysonInc.com.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pest Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Find Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Time now for the AA Automotive Player of the Night. Family run since 1954.
All right, Denmark, a lot of options for Player of the Night, a lot of great performances. Again, 9 of our teams in the area, the listening area, have advanced to regional final action next week. But as always, there is one performance that stands out above the crowd. Who is the AA Automotive Player of the Night?
I'm going to give it to the Bishop Kenny running back, Caleb Madison, the junior. He before tonight, he was 16 yards shy of 1,300 yards. He had 22 rushing touchdowns before tonight, and I forget what his total tally was, but it was somewhere around 4 or 5 touchdowns. I'm sure he had over 200 yards. He had 90 yards. I think he had an 89-yard run and somehow didn't score. He got down to the 1-yard line. It was a big night. They beat Godby. by a lot. And now Bishop Kenny goes on the road to play the 1 seed in their region, the Reigns Vikings, next Friday.
All right, we're going to get David Penland coming up here in just a moment. That's the final of the coaches. We've talked to 8 of the 9 that have moved on quickly. None of our teams are left in 7A. 6A, it's Mandarin going to Buchholz next week in the regional final. I think it's the regional final that everybody thought. What's your early thought on Mandarin and Buchholz?
It's going to be a really good game. A team that's got loaded with Division I talent on both sides of the ball. Buchholz has a receiver. I think his name is Justin Williams. He's committed to Florida. We all know about Mandarin's receiver, Bryson Wright. And really defensively, how good they've been. Mandarin, everybody talks about the offense. And the offensive line tonight was really their stronghold. They had 2 7-minute drives, one to end the first half, one to end the game to put the game away. Pace was coming back and making a strong effort to win the game and make it close. I feel like that is going to be a game hack where it's going to be who gets the ball last. You're playing down at Buchholz. Hopefully weather's not an issue because that field down there at Citizens Field is not a good field. It is grass and it gets thick and mud. So hopefully it is dry all week like it has been in the state of Florida. It feels like for the last month.
Long time.
And, the field's in good shape because I'm sure both teams are going to want to air it out.
Quickly in 5A, Ponte Vedra is going to host Daytona Beach Mainland. Mainland, we believe, beat Mosley tonight 36-31. So Mainland at Ponte Vedra in the 5A Region 1 final.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Daytona Beach Mainland if that's the team they're playing, but Ponte Vedra, man, it seems like they've been the quietest team in the area. Everybody's talked about, like a lot of the other schools. Yeah, Mainland did end up beating Mosley 36-31. They're one of those, they're really quiet teams. I feel like I don't know much about their players. They play very good team ball. There's not a superstar, so to say, that's playing for a major Division I program, as NC State just scored a touchdown. They put the game away against Florida State.
Yeah, NC. Wow, how did they go for it on 4th down?
They did.
Wow. All right. So North Carolina State has just beaten Florida State. They're going to be up 10 with 1:40 to go. And Florida State has just simply decided they're never going to win on the road.
Well, there's that, and Florida State muffed not 1 but 2 punts in the span of 5 plays.
Craziness.
Yes, that did happen.
Boy, that took some stones for NC State to go for that. They could have kicked a field goal and made it a 6-point game.
Yeah,
they were up 3.
They were doing some trickery, and then I looked down, and then I looked back up, and they were throwing the ball. So I don't know exactly what happened.
Craziness. Well, North Carolina State looks like they're going to win. Quickly, in 4A, St. Augustine is going to be at home. I'm trying to find out if we have some clarity on Choctaw and Lake City, Columbia.
Let's see. Florida HS football will have it. I got 4th quarter, Choctaw up 27-20.
So Choctaw has come back. Columbia was up 20-7. So it does appear it'll be St. Augustine and Choctaw next week in the 4A Region 1 final.
Yeah, and that's going to be a very, very tough bus ride for Choctaw. St. Augustine definitely going to have a home field advantage. Choctaw's got to travel 6 or 7 hours on a bus ride. That's tough for any team. I know there's no school Friday, but to have them that travel and then, you got to have plans to eat somewhere halfway through. There's just a lot of playing for a coach to go through. And, you got to worry about your team and the kids not having to come out flat against a very good St. Augustine team.
We'll go over 1A, 2A, and 3A. We'll also do our final interview of the night with Coach David Penland of University Christian, wrapping things up, not only for the night, but for the season. And what a 13 weeks it has been. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. 1 segment to go here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Do you like your football scrambled or sunny side up?
3 eggs over easy.
It's the Terminix Kickoff Show with Hayes Carline. 5 hours before kickoff. Activated by American Electrical Contracting and Campione Law on 1010XL.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any, quote, problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, all-pro lineman and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop special deals. Order a 100-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX20 and get $20 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX20 for $20 off a 100-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville trusts. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
I know two brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
Find out what new golf equipment could help your game.
I'm just a humble golf pro. Could I help you?
Get great golf tips and talk from the experts on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Got to figure out why I'm still shaking the ball.
Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
So experience Pink Floyd. Floyd Nation. November 21st at Florida Theater. Floyd Nation. Don't be afraid to I don't need no arms around me. Floyd Nation. Experience Pink Floyd. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com.
Jacksonville, hunting season is here, and nobody gears you up like Green Acres Sporting Goods, home of the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida. They've got everything for all seasons: archery, black powder, and general gun season. Green Acres is a fully stocked Browning dealer with ammo, accessories, and safes. Don't miss out on Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday, happening now through the end of the year. Gear up today at greenacresporting.com.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
The Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Final segment of the night and of the season. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights, presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. 9 local teams in our area have advanced to regional final play next week. Denmark, we've already gone through 7A through 4A. 3A next week in the area, a game you will hear right here on 92.5 FM. Bishop Kenny and Rains in the Graveyard. Certainly Rains will be the big favorite going into that one.
Yeah, there's no doubt Rains is a very talented ball club. They made the state title a year ago, lost to Miami Northwestern. And I think they've put a running clock almost on every team they've played other than Madison County. And they're a very loaded team. They brought back a lot of talent from the team a year ago, and they're trying to get back to state, although 3A around the state is loaded. You have Miami Central, Miami Northwestern. Those are two of the best teams in the state. One of the teams is going to knock each other out. And then you got Booker, Sarasota, who Reigns played last year in the Final Four. Apparently, all the guys on that team, all those guys are coming back this year. So it's a loaded team, or a loaded classification across the entire state. I do think Reigns will beat Bishop Kenny next week, and then everything gets reseeded after that to see if you're playing at home or away in the Final Four.
2A, the story there is Pensacola Catholic and Bowles. Pensacola Catholic, a very good team. I think only one loss on the year. Obviously, we know how good Bowles is, and Pensacola Catholic's got to make that 6-hour drive down I-10.
They do. If it's the same Pensacola Catholic, traditionally they're going to run 3 wings and a one wide receiver set, and they're just going to run 3 yards here and 4 yards there and 3 yards on a first down, and they're going to do that over and over and try to kill the clock. The problem is Bowles has an explosive offense, and when you have a running back like Xander Edwards and a receiver out like Naeem Burroughs, and you get a quick play and you go up 14-0, the odds are in your favor a lot, because a team like Pensacola Catholic, if they have been the same like I've been usually, and they can't throw the football, it's going to be very tough for them to beat Bowles. 9
teams remain going to regional final Friday night. Before we talk about the number, the Thanksgiving thing, you're in the coaching community. This is something I picked up on early in the process. But it's such a big deal for high school coaches, high school programs to be able to practice on Thanksgiving morning. If you're doing that, that means you've already had a very successful year.
No, it's a special season. I know, at Baldwin, we've only won a couple playoff games in the history of our school, but it's always something that, as a coach, like, if you are practicing on Thanksgiving morning, it is a special season, regardless of, what your expectations are for the season. And, for some teams, like I coach Bradford County's Jamie Rogers, Coco's done it for 20 years. I mean, some coaches there, they're used to it, like Trinity Christian. They've done it year after year, but still, it's a moment where, most teams are done. They've put their helmets and shoulder pads up, and you are practicing, and it's time for a coach to reflect, and to not only for what you've done, but for your players and the coaches. And a lot of teams, they bring back a lot of former players, alumni in the community. It's a very special thing to be doing that on Thanksgiving morning.
In our final moments, of the 9 teams that are going to be playing in the regional final, is there a surprise to you that somebody's still there? I mean, it's all St. Augustine, obviously, and Bowles and Reigns and Bradford. I mean, maybe Ponte Vedra, are they the surprise? And they're a 1 seed.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's a surprise, but I mean, they're a 1 seed. I wouldn't say that's really a surprise. I mean, that region was kind of like all over the place. It was kind of wide open. It wasn't like one of those where, like you look at Reigns, you're like, you expect Reigns to be there. Bowles, you expect Bowles. That region was wide open. Beachside had beat them earlier in the year, and Beachside was a 4, and then Ponte Vedra gets their revenge tonight, and they get it 38-3. As we're about to call Coach Penland.
Well, let's go ahead and call David Penland right now.
And so that was a wide open region. For anybody to say it's a surprise, I wouldn't really say. I guess, from how the season started, even though it's not for me, but for some people in the city, Trinity Christian, how they started 0-4. But you look at the schedule, they played Reigns and Bowles. There was another team that they played early, Ed White, week 1. They fall tonight to St. Augustine. So there's a lot of teams. That kind of hard to say that you expect them to be practicing right now, but for them to be playing next week, but not really a whole lot of surprises, really.
9 teams are left. We had 9 victorious head coaches on tonight. The final one of the evening, David Penland of University Christian. They were winners tonight. They advanced to another regional final. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Coach, obviously a dominating effort again. We'll get to the future here in a moment, but you must be very, very pleased with your team's performance tonight.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a team twice. Impact did a great job tonight. They had a good game plan, and we were a little flat to start the game, but our defense wasn't flat. They had 6 turnovers. They played lights out. So they played really well tonight. Offense was a little slow, but we got it going there, and just super happy to be playing on Thanksgiving week.
What changed in the second half for you? You said the offense started slow. What kind of changed for you?
We just moved the ball around a little more and leaned on our defense. I think they had a pick six, a safety, a block punt, a fumble recovery, 3 interceptions, and we were, trying to be a little conservative and get some guys in and to get ready for this next week.
I remember media day, 3.5 months ago. I remember talking to you and to Verlin at separate conversations. He kind of knew, and you kind of knew. It was going to be you guys probably in the regional final, and here we go, Trinity Christian, University Christian, for the right to go to the state Final Four. I mean, Coach, this is why you do it for games like this next Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, 5-6 years ago, it used to be UC and NFC in the game before to go to the Final Four, and now in the past couple of years, it's been UC and TC. It's a great game, great atmosphere. Verlin does a good job with his boys, and our guys look forward to it. It's a heavyweight battle that's going to be taken down on 55-20 over here.
Coach, final question. And we were talking about this before you hopped on. 9 teams in our listening area are in the regional final. That seems like a high number. That just, I guess, goes to show you the quality of football here in Northeast Florida in 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some good coaches in our area, and they do a great job with their teams. And we were actually talking about this today and counting how many we're actually playing today to go, and how many we thought that we're going to win, and it was a big number. And I don't remember it being this big in the past. So shout out to Duval County and the coaches. We've done a great job to be playing on Thanksgiving. Not a lot of kids and they get to experience that Thanksgiving breakfast, and that's something that they will never forget.
Well, you're one of the 9 over at University Christian. You will play another one of the 9, Trinity Christian, next week in the regional final, and the winner, of course, going to the state Final Four. David Penland. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
As we about 2 minutes to go, Denmark, 9 teams, man. I mean, again, that's a telling number. You're in the coaching community. That's a good year in Northeast Florida. We have this many teams playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and it seemed like, correct me if I'm wrong, the last couple of years, it seemed like it's been a lower number.
It's been lower than 9, absolutely.
Yeah. No, I mean, it seems like usually it's been 3 or 4. You've had, Rains, Bowls, and then you'll have, a couple, maybe a team here or there, like a Trinity Christian. You might have one more. This is definitely a lot. And, they change classifications every 2 years. The way the region stacked up, you can kind of look at it, when the brackets came out that, you could see a lot of teams in our area make it to the regional final and have a chance to crack that Final Four. And it definitely looks like that way with a couple of teams, Trinity, UC, Bishop Kenny, Rains, a couple of teams are playing each other. So that for a fact that one of those teams is going to get to the Final Four.
It was fun this year, man.
It was. It flew by.
19 years under the Friday Night Lights. That, of course, means next year in August, when we start it all over again, we will be celebrating 2 decades, 20 years of the Friday Night Lights postgame. We cannot wait. Just because this is our final show doesn't mean the high school coverage will stop. You'll still have Bowls on the AM next week, Bishop Kenny on the FM next week, and we will certainly keep you updated on everything that is going on. Aaron Williams was your producer tonight. I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. In Jacksonville, thank you for listening, not only tonight, but all season long, to the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We have been presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. We will do it all over again when high school football returns in August of 2026. Until then, good night, Jacksonville.